Some key things to note here. Trading M and W formation can be very profitable, and by sticking to the rules, your drawdown is basically zero, meaning that you have less risk in this market if you follow the rules as they are. So these formations work because traders wait for confirmation that support and resistance levels are holding the price before they enter a trade, right? We only enter the trade at the second leg, so always remember, you don't enter at the first leg, but the second leg is where we are looking for our opportunities to enter the market, right? The second leg is where we're looking for opportunities to enter the market. So in the M formation, we're looking for selling opportunities. In the W formation, we're looking for those buying opportunities, right? So you also find the M and W formations forming on every time frame. So it forms on both Forex and indices. So whatever you want to trade, this strategy works basically on everything. So when it comes to M and W formation, we don't actually trade just all of those patterns that are okay, just like any other strategy. We don't just jump in when we see that W or M formation. We have to wait for confirmation. So as we saw with our examples, we had those pin bar strategies actually come into play as well as our support, our horizontal support and resistance also giving us confirmation, right? And other doji candlesticks and other different kind of candlestick patterns that we're using as confirmations for us to enter those trades on our second leg, right? When the second leg is starting to form, because in some market instances you can actually have something like this, and then all of the sudden, instead of going up, it will actually continue going down, right? So that's why we have to wait for confirmation here at the bottom. Same thing with the M formation. It might look like it's actually about to go down, and you sell your trade too early before you get a confirmation, and the market just continues into the upside. So be very careful when it comes to that. That's why we say we don't just trade any M formation, and we also have to wait for it to break out of our support or resistance, unless we actually get a confirmation earlier here in the market, so that we can actually enter with more confidence and have a confirmation that the M or W formation is now about to be completed. The second leg is about to be formed, right? So the higher the time frame, the longer the M or the W takes to complete, but the more powerful it is as well. So as we said, we don't recommend that you trade at 1 minute or 5 minutes. It's not worth it, because it can just be momentary. It won't last that long, and you might not be able to capture the whole trend of the market, right? When you're looking at those smaller time frames, instead of having an overview, whether you're looking at a 1 hour, 4 hour, 1 hour, 1 day, or the daily chart or the weekly chart. So bigger time frames are always better than when trading on smaller time frames. And of course, the bigger the time frame, as we've said, it will take some time. So this is where patience come into play. But also, as you can see on our 15-minute chart, we have some good setups over there. So it's a very good time frame to actually take a look at as well when you're trading the MWM formation, so that you don't wait for weeks or days before you can actually enter the market, right? For waiting for that M formation or W formation. So the 15-minute chart is also a verified time frame that we make use of to capture this M and W formations as well. So be sure to take a look at that. Every successful trader don't just stick to one specific time frame, but you make use of all of them so that you can capture all the hidden perfect trades that are being formed on smaller time frame when you're busy looking at the daily chart only. So that's why we have to go through all of the time frames for us to find those perfect entry points. So make sure that you actually make use of all time frames instead of just sticking to one time frame. Okay, so when it comes to trading the M and W formations, what do you actually need? So basically, you're going to need your support and resistance. You're also going to need candlestick patterns, especially the pin bars, a higher second touch of the second leg. So remember the patterns that we showed you. So when we say the higher second touch of the leg, we basically mean like in a W formation, the second leg would be higher than the previous one, right? And then in a downtrend, the M formation, it will look something like that, right? So this is basically what we're looking for right there. These three things will make trading M and W formations more profitable. So the chances of us being able to make a profit out of this will be higher. So the second leg is where more buyers or sellers jump in on the move. So we basically want to see a higher leg for a W formation and a lower leg for the M formation. So a lower second leg for the M formation. This means that buyers or sellers entering the market are stronger. So the move actually has more momentum than when the leg is when in an M formation the leg is higher than the first leg, or in a W formation when the leg is lower than the first leg. So that is why we're looking out for this. So as you can see right here, this is the first leg of the M formation, the first leg, and then the price is rejected here at the support, at our current support level. So was resistance, now support. So basically it's resistance there at the support, and then bounces off, and then where it will come back and hit the resistance over there, right? So price returns to retest that resistance level and gets rejected again. As you can see, it comes back to retest the resistance level and gets rejected again. We enter at the second leg because more sellers step in at the second leg. So this is where we are expecting to enter our trades by the second leg. And then the opposite of that, when you're looking for buying opportunities, as you can see, this is the first leg of the W, and we're waiting for price to retest the support level again, so that you can create our second W leg. But here, as we said, we're expecting it to be a little bit higher, as you can see, like what we have here. So we have our first leg and then our second leg at a little bit higher level. So the price returns and more buyers step in at that support level, making it a more powerful signal and more a better confirmation for us to enter the market, and gives us the better chances to make the most out of this trade. So let's move on to our next lesson.